Hands down, one of my favorite desserts is mango sago. It's a perfect balance of creaminess, fruitiness, so refreshing, and the best part, you can make in advance. However, as a dietitian, I have to let you in on some key hacks on how to make it a little bit more balanced, as sago pearls on its own is really, really high on the glycemic index scale, meaning it can just spike your blood sugar levels very, very quickly. Hi, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Amanda, registered dietitian and mom of two, and I love helping families make nutritious meals taste amazing. So let's get started on this mango sago recipe, and I'll walk you through some other interesting ingredients I'm adding it in to make it more blood sugar level friendly. So the first thing we're gonna do is cook our sago. Now the secret to cooking sago is you need a really, really large pot of water, just like you would cook pasta. So right over there on my stovetop, I have a huge pot of water boiling, and we're gonna go ahead and add 1 full cup of sago and stir it up really, really, really well. Now I know some moms out there, including mine, prefer soaking the sago in advance, but honestly, I find that when I do pre-soak my sago, the sago turns so gummy and sticky, it's just not a fun time. So we're just gonna add in 1 cup of dry sago into our large pot of water. All right, water is boiling. Let's go ahead and stir this in. Woo, and give it a good stir. We're gonna set the timer for about 8 minutes. And then we're gonna cover it and let it sit for another 5 minutes to fully cook. While the sago is boiling, let's go ahead and make our mango base. I'm gonna be using 1 bag of frozen mangoes that's been defrosted. I just left it at room temperature for about an hour, but now it's soft enough to be pureed. You can use fresh mangoes, but I would try to get like not red mangoes. They're just a little bit more stringy sometimes. So I always just rely on this just because in Canada, I can't always get really good mangoes, but I can always rely on this particular brand of frozen mangoes from the Philippines, which is, you know, the world's best mangoes probably. Let's just add this whole bag in. And then to this, we're also gonna add in a can of coconut milk. Now this is really key because coconut milk has all that good fat to help stabilize our blood sugar levels, because otherwise it's just gonna be all starch from the sago and sugar from the mangoes. So we're gonna add in a can of coconut milk. Now I did put my coconut milk on my plate warmer because a lot of times as you let the can of coconut milk sit in your cupboard, the coconut milk just kind of sits on top, so it's just big and clumpy. So I just warmed it up slightly, not enough to boil it, but just literally to warm it up so it's not this one mass of coconut cream on top, which oftentimes makes a really big mess. So I'm gonna go ahead now and pour this can of coconut milk into the blender. And then to this, we're also gonna add in about 2 tablespoons of condensed milk just for that little bit of sweetness. You can omit altogether, but I just want it a tiny bit sweet. You can always add more at the end, but about 2 tablespoons worth. Okay. And then we're gonna give this a blend until creamy. Look how easy that was. So beautiful. Okay, just look at this, you guys. Just look at this, okay? Woo! Yeah. Okay. Beauty, 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 beauty. Okay. And then to this, we're also gonna add in a few more ingredients. Now, this is optional, but you can actually stir in some collagen for some extra protein boost. And then we're also gonna add in some fresh mango in here that I just diced. These are red mangoes, okay? I couldn't get the Filipino mangoes. Then I also have some nata. Nata, if you're gonna be buying coconut jelly or nata de coco, look for this brand. This is a Thailand brand. I absolutely love this brand. The ingredients are also so simple in there. It's just coconut gel, sugar, water, and malic acid. There's no like artificial sweeteners or sulfites added to it either. And this one tastes the best. It doesn't have all that artificial flavoring that other brands do. And I just can't stand like lychee flavor, banana flavor, pineapple flavor. I want my au naturel nata de coco. We're gonna add this in. I also like to slice it in half one more time because I just find the chunks are just way too big. And then this other ingredient I'm adding in for some extra fiber and healthy fats are just diced mango, like the mango actual meat, which adds a really nice texture in here too. I'll show you. This is also the Philippines brand right over here. So this is the same brand that makes like the dried mangoes that everyone loves. So again, I have the mango puree with the coconut milk. Oh, time to strain out my sago, or actually not strain, time to cover up the pot. We're gonna turn it off. Okay, so before, again, we're gonna let the sago sit there for about 5 more minutes, then we'll drain it and rinse it really well. So let's run through what we just have in this bowl again. We have our mango puree with the coconut milk and a little bit of condensed milk for that extra little bit of sweetness. Then I have some fresh mango and also some nata de coco. And then we also have some fresh coconut meat added in. And so let's go ahead now and stir this up. Okay. And then again, you can add some collagen powder for extra protein. And then to this mixture, we're gonna be adding in the sago once we drain and rinse it under cold water. And the key is cold water, so it just stops it from cooking even more. And then I will show you what we're doing next after that. So let's go ahead now and drain out the sago. So now that our sago is finished boiling, we're gonna go ahead and rinse it out. So let me show you. It should be basically translucent. So I'm gonna go ahead and strain it. Just having a bowl so it's a little bit easier to catch everything, but just water. I'm also gonna put icy cold water in here. Cold water will just help stop the cooking of the sago so it doesn't get like extra soft. We don't want that. So drain out the sago. The sago's too small. Okay, so once you drain it out, you can put it directly into your mixture with all the beautiful mango. And again, the secret when you cook in a big pot like this, you won't get clumps of the tapioca. Don't lose any sago. And then we're gonna mix this all together. All right, friends, how easy was that? Oh my goodness. Now you can enjoy the sago immediately, or you can let it sit overnight and serve it the next day, which is what I'll be doing. And so the next morning, you might find that it's a little bit more like thickened in texture because the sago will absorb some of that liquid. So a quick, easy kind of way to fix that and kind of get a beautiful, again, texture and consistency is to add a little bit of coconut water. You can definitely use coconut milk, but I find it's really quite rich. So I like just to add about half to 1 cup of coconut water or a little bit of filtered water just to thin things out. But adding too much water will also just dilute the flavors of the mango. So that's why with the coconut water, it actually will bring out the nice aroma of the mango and also that nice sweetness from the coconut. So that's another trick for you, but let's go ahead and give this a try. All right, got my bowl and my spoon. Let's get a little bit of everything in here. So we got some of the sago, we got the mango, we got the coconut chunks, we got some nata. That is so good. Friends, I can't wait for you to try this recipe and also add in those extra special ingredients to help stabilize your blood sugar levels when you're enjoying a bowl of sago. Thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, relish every bite.